it's just so dumb. But I appreciate it for how dumb it is. Cause I feel like that movie was definitely created for a smaller theater kind of experience. Like, let's say like Downtown Knox, where it's like they got indie movies and shit like that.
I'm excited for that to reopen because I don't know if ever. Well, no, I definitely have. But anyways, hello everyone. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will. That's when today we're back with another episode of the Big Feature Film Podcast. Today we're revisiting a movie. Quiet Place. Second one comes out later this week. Are you excited?
Wait, is it this week or next or the week before?
Well, this should be coming out
while the Quiet Place 2 comes out.
Yeah, when we're filming, it's like a week and a half away.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be a surprise then. Like, okay. Yeah, okay. So
it seems interesting. Are you excited for it? This one, I feel like will be a big. I wouldn't be surprised. Say this doesn't do well. That a lot of they push back stuff again.
It doesn't really intrigue me that much.
Neither, it doesn't intrigue me either. Because I thought, I don't know. Let's talk about. So you're not excited for it?
Not as much. No, I feel like it's got the Conjuring effect for some reason.
It kind of does.
Yeah, it's just like
Conjuring three. They're like less than a month away.
Like the second one, I think I didn't like the second one so much. Like the first Conjuring.
I definitely think it went down, and so I'd agree.
So I have a feeling that this might be the same. And I mean, like in the Conjuring movies, like in the second one, they revisited a couple of things, like Annabelle.
Yeah.
But then it was like, it's whatever.
But yeah, so I'd say we're not necessarily excited. We're gonna go see it. We're gonna do an episode on it, maybe 2. I don't know because we have Cruella. Well, quick. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But plot for the movie. These creatures, aliens, something, attack Earth. They have really good hearing.
It reminds me of Super 8.
It does.
The monsters from Super 8, yeah.
It's got really good hearing, and it looks gross.
Yeah.
But
they're just basically giant bats from space, maybe.
Kind of, yeah. And they just attack essentially anything on sound, which is the idea for it. I will say one problem I had with this one is like the idea is there and it's executed really well, but it's like you could just pick at it, and like there's so many. But regardless, aliens attack, and there's this family living on a farm. The wife's pregnant and played by Emily Blunt. The husband is John Krasinski. They actually and one of the kids is deaf. The daughter, she was actually deaf, which is pretty cool. And they like live on it, but like shit goes down, and that's essentially it. Spoilers, if you haven't seen Quiet Place, John Krasinski dies at the end. They figure out their weakness is high-pitched sound because of the little girl's hearing aid. And at the end, Emily Blunt goes, ch-ch, and that's how it ends. I thought, though, I still think that's like probably just, for some reason, I hate that. I think it's a bad way to end a movie, especially something like this.
Yeah.
But she does it in the trailer for the second one, so I'm excited. It was a callback.
Yeah, this movie, I definitely nitpicked it way too much. I think it was just like most of my negatives were, because like I wrote this for notes. Most of them were really nitpicky, just like the situational stuff. I do have positive things to say about it. Yeah. I personally didn't like this movie.
I would say I'm like just straight up get ratings out of the way because it's an older movie. I'd give it like a 5. It's like right in the middle for me. Like I love the premise. It's really cool. I think it's executed pretty well. But it's just like, the movie's just
I was gonna say this movie was gonna be a 2 or 3, because like I think the only reason why people like this so much is because John Krasinski's attached to it, and Emily Blunt.
Like kind of different.
Yeah.
Too. It's I wouldn't say like an original idea, but it's different is all I've really got. It's what it is it's like a B horror movie, but like they gave them a great budget, and we have 2 really hot A-list actors.
Yeah.
And it would have gotten the same rating if it was probably done by someone else. But
if big A-list actors just like wanted to make a movie, this was basically it.
Yeah.
They just wanted to make a movie. John Krasinski had the easiest job
Yeah.
when he was writing this because he didn't have to say much, but he did have to like write the whole story. It's just he just didn't have to do much. He just
Yeah.
he just basically wrote down notes and was like, "Yep, this is the script.
This is it. I
Yep.
like it.
Yep.
It's this, like I said, the story, like I think it's executed well, and it's just okay though. But I will say for John Krasinski's like directorial debut, it's not awful.
No, I thought this movie was well made.
It's pretty cool. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job as a director. I mean, it was like surprising to me because I don't think we've seen him direct anything.
I'm pretty sure this was his first directorial thing.
Yeah, it was really well directed. I mean, it was competent at least, and unlike Spiral, where it was just like really annoying, this one was really fluid when it comes to the way he makes the characters or the way he has the characters move around. It's not as convoluted as Spiral when it comes to the actors.
That's always been the Saw franchise.
No, I'm talking about like the characters in general, like just the way they move, or like on frame or in frame. They just kind of like
it's definitely not his first director. He's got looks like 2 other movies.
Oh.
That I've never heard of, and then a couple episodes of The Office, but.
Oh yeah, I knew that one.
Yeah.
That was different though. That's The Office. Nobody.
There was brief interviews with Hideous Men, and then The Haulers.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only positive, I literally only have like 6 positive things about this right now.
What would those be?
I thought it was well made. Production looked great,
Agreed.
especially for the monster, because like.
I think the monsters look really cool. Like they look like monsters. They look scary just by the look of them.
For the amount of time they were in, it was really surprising how much they actually had them shown in in the frames and the frames, but in the movie. Because like you'd think with this kind of budget, it would be lower.
Yeah, or like you wouldn't like see literally like a full monster.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Well, we'll talk about kind of the second one later. But
I think Michael Bay was attached to this. That's why he got so much money put into it. The production value was excellent. Can't really deny that. It was well directed.
All the corn in the little silo scene was actual corn. They grew all that and whatever.
Good God.
It's like what other movie did that? Interstellar,
where he
grew all that shit and they sold it.
John Krasinski for his first time feature director. This was well done. The family knowing sign language, I thought that was a really good way of explaining how this family knew sign language with the daughter.
Yeah,
I thought that was
how
really
they
good.
survived.
Yeah,
too. So yeah,
I thought that was really well done. I wouldn't, if it was other families, they'd be dead at that point because then they wouldn't know how to communicate without sound. The child actors were fine for the most part, but if you put them in like a single room, they're absolute ass. Especially in that silo scene, where they're just reacting to things. It's like, oh,
it felt weird.
Stop. And then there's, that's the only good things about it. It's like I
agree with all those. It's all right.
To me, it wasn't that scary.
I when we're just like so broken as human beings, like it's nothing's scary anymore.
Well, it's not even about that. It's like I don't get. I get scared, right? Like I do. It's not that difficult for me to get scared. I just thought like the monster showing up so early really kind of ruined it for me. I kind of was waiting for them to be like, okay, yeah, maybe we won't see it. Maybe we'll just like wait it out. Maybe at the end, then we'll see the gruesomeness of what they look like. And I thought, the fact that it was playing with you psychologically would have been better. Because like throughout this movie, it relied more on audience reacting to the family emotionally. It wasn't like about like, oh wow, the monster is scary. Ooh.
I think it is supposed to be somewhat of a family movie. Like I'm pretty sure John Krasinski said he like wrote this for his family, which
unfortunate.
Which is interesting. I don't know what he's trying to say there, but
he wants to.
I guess that he wants to die. He would die for his family, something like that.
Yeah. I guess it's just a love letter to his family. But I don't know. I think there's other ways to do that. I guess at this time I don't know.
I would agree.
Yeah, I have a bunch of negative things about it, mostly nitpicky, but I got rid of the nitpicky parts. I just had ones that are kind of relevant to me. The reason why I got real nitpicky with it, though, I thought a lot of the decisions the family made were really dumb.
Yeah. I mean, it's a movie.
The thing is, like 3 months in, right? And you gave a fucking kid a toy that makes noises.
I know.
And it's like, you're okay, now you're running back to him. It's like, well, no, he's fucking dead.
He's screwed.
Yeah. It's the kid.
Which I saw in the trailer. For the second one, he runs by a spaceship, and I didn't get the little reference until now.
Why did they give? I just realized why they give that kid a toy that made noises. Literal with batteries in it. It's 3 months in. You should know by now that they're, because like they had the whiteboard in the corner at one scene where Emily Blunt was looking at the screens and shit. They have a whiteboard right next to her, and it said like noises, very sensitive to it or something.
No shit.
Like it's like, yeah. Then why'd you give a fucking kid a spaceship that made noises? Again, to me, it wasn't scary. It's not that like I'm desensitized to scary movies. I really am not that much desensitized to it. There are times when it gets really intense, and I'm like, "Ooh, this is kind of scary now and spooky." That only happened a few times. So when I don't remember what movie it was, but we watched the movie and we talked about it, where I kind of got like the feeling like, yeah, this could definitely happen to all of us. It's kind of scary.
I don't know.
I like the monster, but if they didn't show them that soon, I think it would have worked a lot better to build the suspense.
I could see that, but also like I appreciate the earliness of it too. It's like, here it is, but also I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like in that what's that movie with where they close their eyes basically, where they have to put on blindfolds. I don't know if you remember that movie.
It's Bird Box. I was gonna say
Bird Box.
I was gonna say Get Out.
Yeah. If you did
hey, that
something
one's
like
directed by Jordan Peele.
Yeah, fair enough. Are you sure this time?
I'm sure.
You want to look it up?
He's got 2. That's it. Wait, I'm serious. There's this gag where, it's become a gag where I say anything that's slightly horror coming out is directed by Jordan Peele, and he's sometimes producing, and sometimes I'm completely wrong. So
no, like it's like you see his name and you're like, oh, he directed that movie. That's the gag.
Yeah. It's like if I just see it, I'm like, oh yeah, he directed it.
I didn't know he directed that. Bird Box.
Oh, not Bird Box. Get Out.
Yeah. Okay. There. It is.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, no.
Yeah, it's like that movie Bird Box. We never really got to see the monster, and I thought that was really great. I was like, okay, what are they fighting? This is really intense.
Yeah, that was the only good part about that movie.
Yeah, it made me feel some type of way.
Sucked.
That movie was
sucked.
Admittedly, it was better than this.
That's no.
It was way better than this.
No.
Because like,
Bird Box sucks. Like the entire thing of them like at the house, I hate it. The ending, I hate it. It's.
I will say that whole thing with Machine Gun Kelly and that cast, I didn't like it. But the thing is, like, for the most part, I like the movie. That's why I said I really liked it more than Quiet Place. In all fairness, that movie was not made, but it was in production before Quiet Place.
That is true.
Because they were buying the property or the rights to it, and then Quiet Place came out, and then when they finally made the movie, people were like, "Oh, they're just copying it," and I was like, "No, this was a book beforehand. They kind of bought the rights." So I just want to say that was a better one, just because you didn't get to see the monster. You didn't know, like, it was like and it was released on Netflix, so it wasn't it wasn't as like marketed as this like big feature by John Krasinski and this like blockbuster kind of thing. It was just kind of like, okay, yeah, it's a horror movie. This is where Quiet Place belongs, in that little region in Netflix where it's like just a horror movie made by Netflix or something like that. I feel like that's where it belongs. It doesn't belong in that big feature, like blockbuster. Because like this was marketed as like
it
big horror movie. Yeah.
It was.
And people got really mad when like you would say like, "Oh, Quiet Place wasn't that good." People would get really aggro at that.
It was definitely a lot of people liked it. I will
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. I think if I had to fix this movie, I would make it a little more gory.
Yeah.
It
R
would.
rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like if like the monster was just like it captured the kid and then like maybe like an arm fell off or whatever because
Yeah.
like the thing bit it and the arm just kind of fell
Like
off.
the monsters look really like nasty and gross. Like make them do some gruesome ass stuff.
Yeah. I honestly overall this movie was just kind of
I'd agree.
yeah.
There's I wouldn't say there's it. My note for it is fine.
It's fine.
That's why I guess a 5.
I love the concept though.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'd say that's the biggest thing it has going for it is the concept. Yeah. It's a great, cool idea. Now, how do you do that with taste?
What do you mean? Excuse me. Sorry.
I don't know. Like, well, you've got sight, you've got hearing. Now, how do you do it with taste? They've done it with sex. With It Follows.
Smell would be next, if not taste.
Yeah. What about touch?
But
I guess that's
smell would have to be more of like a vampire thing.
Oh, that's a good one. Writing script as we speak in my head of a smelly place.
A smelly place.
A spinoff of
there it is.
With vampires. Before we wrap things up, well, I'll talk because I mentioned this before we were rolling. Theater experience. So you said you didn't see it in theaters, but I think this movie might have had some of like the best stories for like a theater experience. So like whenever I went and saw it with a bunch of our friends, and like either it was one of our friends or it was someone in the theater dropped just a bunch of candy and it just rolled down like the stairs or whatever, and it just made so much noise and like a quiet part of the movie because most of it is quiet. So it's like I just think there's so many like opportunities for that because everyone's like, shut up. Well, like they didn't say that, but like in their heads, everyone's like, "Oh my!" Like it's intense, and so I was like, "Ah," and it's really quiet. And then one of my friends I worked with said that some lady had a stroke or a seizure in it, and people thought they were just making noise for no reason. And told them to shut up, and then it was like near the end of the movie or something. And yeah, so I think this movie. Hey, if you got a Quiet Place theater experience story, comment down below. Tell us all about it.
Maybe it's like I should have maybe watched it in theaters because I feel like a theater experience with this because it seems like it's mostly quiet. You would definitely hear your heart beating. It would just be one of those things where it's like you're kind of just you don't know how to feel about it. So maybe it might be better in the theaters.
What are your thoughts / expectations for the second one? Part 2, A Quiet. We keep saying quiet. It's A Quiet.
It's place. A Quiet Place. Yeah.
A Quiet Place.
I
don't think this one's gonna be as quiet, and I think that's gonna take away so much from like the je ne sais quoi the first one had of like, oh, it's intense because we're really quiet. We're supposed to be quiet.
It doesn't seem like John Krasinski's in it more.
Well, he's dead.
No, I thought this was prior.
There's gonna be. It looks like flashbacks, but it looks like God, what's his name? Cillian Murphy. He's in it as some guy that they meet. It looks like there's gonna be flashbacks, but I don't know how much. Yeah, like John Krasinski is gonna be in it.
This just remember.
And then the guy who's in like Aquaman, Guardians of the Galaxy. He's in so much. He's the black guy. He's like,
yeah,
Star-Lord.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy.
He's in Fast and Furious. He's everywhere.
He is. Yeah. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank y'all for watching. Like if you enjoyed. Comment, like I said. Whatever the question I said, I forgot.
Yeah, what did you say? What was the question?
Comment. I really don't remember. Oh well. Sucks. Comment what's your favorite episode of The Office?
Do you have a favorite?
My favorite episode will be a hot take. Scott's Tots, because everybody hates it and I don't think it's that bad. So it's my favorite.
You're one of those people, huh?
I just like it's not that bad. Like I feel like every other episode has some cringy moment like that. So
what was the cringy moment in that one? I don't think it was cringy.
The whole thing of like he promised all these kids like their tuition and like
Yeah.
he couldn't pay it, and so they're
Wait,
like,
why do people hate it? Is that why?
yeah, because it's like super cringy.
It's something he would do. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know. Like
what?
that's literally their character. Everyone in that show is like a piece of shit in some sort of way, and that's like the whole thing. But anyways, subscribe if you want to see more. Take care.
Wait, how many episodes have you actually seen in that show?
The Office?
Yeah.
All of it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you didn't like it.
Oh, it's like an okay show. It's funny. The last like few seasons suck. It's just overhyped is all it is. I'll say that. But
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why I didn't watch it at
it's-
first.
Hey, Friends reunion coming up though.
Oh no, that's overhyped.
I
He's talking about overhyped, and he's over here.
I was gonna
promoting
say
Friends.
that. I was gonna say that.
He's like, oh,
But
it's overhyped.
But I'm
Friends
gonna.
reunion.
But I'm gonna cry. So
It's not that good. That show's not that good. I'm sorry. It's not.
It's not. I have a personal connection to it, and I love it.
What's your personal connection to it?
I remember when my parents were still married that they would come home when it would come out and watch it, and I was like, things are happy. Spoiler, not anymore.
I mean, Bill seems to be happy with Anna.
On that note, thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one. Continuity crew, us, Win, Will.